I'm out if it ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I was there wrong. Filling out the way for that info. Feel lost, but I know that we close. Speed down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been here before, but maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Another one time be fun. I think my end just begun. Another one last time please ya. Now I ain't live to please ya. Ain't got no plans to be through. With this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool. Nah, I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue. At least the 10 in my room. Feel like it's trying to consume. But I'm just days to refuse. Or maybe make it out soon. I assume that my doom ain't the worst of the guess. What my purpose is. Start my verse, then I fall when the curtain ends. When the curtain ends, yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I blend. Off in the back where yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where another one, another one, another one. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Another one. Another one down.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous, I'm ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But either you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we give it a task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know the aim rain's heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are calculate. On time, not a second hour late. Witnessing the mastery that we display like a hitman. Yeah. See, I go in and get the job done. Yeah, I'm moving like a hitman.
So much energy here in the house tonight. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud.
Muhammad. And here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner.
Introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. The renowned U.S. Olympic gold medalist and the newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world, the Louisville Lip, Muhammad Ali.
Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania. Here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin.
What a pleasure to be in this unique... The build-up to this fight has been incredible. Both of these men verbally sparring for weeks, and now they get it on for real. There's a counter shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Those counter punches have to hurt. You'd like to see more jabs. And he scores with the counter. So much firepower here. Well done with that counter shot. Good counter punching. Typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
You want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blank on them.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. Well, the Eastern Assassin in some trouble here. Goes Larry Holmes. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you continue.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
Can make or break it.
Here we go for round 2. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Counter shot lands. Good punch. How about that time counter shot? This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut him off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put him on the back foot. Put him under pressure.
A perfect counter lands. Unlucky to miss with that jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Catch and shoot. Punch caught him clean. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They call it the Glory Division. There's nothing quite like a heavyweight fight. It doesn't take much to win it. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. They exchange punches. Do you believe what we're seeing? You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Beautiful counter punch. Good counter punch. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
So you get him in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
That right hook catching air. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Because, Mel, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to it.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Larry Holmes now stumbling backwards. How are they still standing?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. How did they survive that?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Beautiful counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he just missed with that left jab. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Neither fighter willing to slow down. That hook was off target. The straight right just misses. A perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. Nice counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
Here's the bell for round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Exchange here from both men. One's will cave, but which fighter will it be? You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Parries that jab away. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than you think.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? You can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Listen to me. Are you okay?
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.
Yeah, like a duff. All the belts, mighty. In the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, what ping we bring when right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping we bring when right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man's head get ping. Contrary ting, no what ping we bring when right, somebody shots fling. Hook up, fling, right up, fling. Contrary
ting. Send man over the ropes. Man try come for the bell, but I punch you never saw ended all of your hopes. Now all of your bros are stood on the sideline, head in the hands, your joke of the show. But they keep those hands up, swing for their fences. Oh, you're going all poorly for sure. How much do you wanna be the champ? How much do you wanna please the fans? How much do you wanna be the king? And how much do you wanna feed your camp? How much do you wanna see people chant? Swing like you got a thing to lose. It's the ESPC, beat them neatly. Titles never ever in dispute. Ding ding, step in the ring and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring man right, somebody shot fling. Ding ding, step in the ring and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring man right, somebody shot fling. I came from the 7 Hills, city of steel, home of the village and brilliant meals. Can't take man for a pudding, take man to Ingles. Barry have a kid on his heels. In the ring, it's gritty and real. Braveheart man put a kid on his shield. At Daft man put a kid on his. Been bad from when I was swinging on field. Left up, give a brother whiplash. Not gonna work with a sit back. Man wanna show ball over the top, send him over the ropes like Prince Snap. Send a man through ropes like Hopkins. Go mad like Mike when he lost it. I'm trying to be the best like money. Most guys don't know about boxing. Ding ding, step in the ring and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring man right, somebody shot sling. Ding ding, step in the ring and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting, no but ping. We bring man right, somebody shot sling. Pick a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side. Only 2 options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time. We already on the way. Better get themselves in line. Thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to shout. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Yeah, spill venom out the side of my pores. We came to battle, we came for war. Digging in the mud, carry across the globe. No matter the weather, rain, sunny or snow. I guess all the sacrifice was worth it. The pain made perfect and gave me a purpose, yeah. And I still don't get no breaks. And you about to learn why if you in my way. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
Welcome into the WBC arena. We've been waiting a long time to see these two get it on. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd.
Deontay. Eastern assassin, Larry Holmes. Perhaps one of the most underrated and underappreciated heavyweight champions of all time. He's got plenty of power and one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division.
Oh, pure bad blood.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Fighting out of the blue corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
You couldn't even squeeze through to your seat. This
All
is
right,
that
I
pack.
went over the
The
rules.
atmosphere is
I want you to protect
ridiculous.
yourself at
So
all
a capacity
times.
crowd here
And
for
what I
this one.
say, you
We've been
must
waiting a
obey.
long time
Good
for
luck.
this matchup. And here we go. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. They exchange punches. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
And this with that jab. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. That counter shot lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. This is the type of fighter that would say, I don't even want rounds. Let's just fight until one of us can't stand up anymore.
Sluggers just want to mow you down. They want to walk straight through as though you do not exist. You've got to be fit for this one.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Counter punch caught him clean. Punch, counter punch. Good counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And he misses with that jab. He misses with that jab. So much firepower here. Beautiful counter punch. Catch and shoot. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Good counter punching. Beautiful count. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
He's completely...
And there's the bell to start round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
Counter shot. Can't find a home with that jab. Those counter punches has to hurt. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Missing with the hook. As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Misses with the jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Nice counter punch right up the middle. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Wilder in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Put him back at his points.
On to the third. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The perfect counter lands. Looking to land the hook. Oh, Larry Holmes on the back foot. And right back into the fray.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
It's all offense all the time. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Perfect counter shot. Nice exchange here from both men. The straight right just misses. Counter shot. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
So getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. Well done with that counter shot. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident.
And Larry Holmes goes down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
I need to see that again.
Got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your eagles hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. He threw a punch and just got countered. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nope, that jab not going to score. That jab doesn't score. Nice counter. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not... And there's the bell for round 5. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
He threw a punch and just got countered. They exchanged punches. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Jab does not score. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. That right hook catching air. Beautiful counter punch. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You've just got to put in a guess.
Trying to land that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Go out there, just take the round off and win the round.
This is the beginning of round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a bang there, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Those counter punches have to hurt. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Whoa, Larry Holmes now in some real trouble. A much better game plan here.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Holding nothing back here in the round. Jab slightly off target. The straight right just misses. Nice counter. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one. Here comes round 7. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
He misses with that jab. Good counter punch. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Punch, counter punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
There's a counter shot. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Incredible firepower from both of these heavyweights. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
You all right? You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.